Before the notebook, before the cat-and-mouse game with L, before he became the god of a new world. Who was Light Yagami? He was the architect of his own perfection. The #1 student in Japan, a model son. A person whose reputation was so flawless, so unblemished that he was virtually above suspicion. This reputation wasn't an accident, and it wasn't just because he was smart. It was the result of a deliberate, unseen, and relentless discipline. A set of foundational habits that you can learn, adapt, and use to build your own academic success. Today, we are going beyond the death note. We are dissecting the core study discipline of Light Yagami. We are going to explore the 3 pillars that held up Light's academic empire. Pillar 1, the illusion of perfection. Mastering your reputation. Light understood that perception is reality. He didn't just study, he performed the act of studying in public. He made sure his family saw him at his desk. He ensured his teachers saw him paying attention. This created an illusion of perfection that served as a powerful defense. But more importantly, it served as a tool for self-discipline. By creating a public expectation that he was the perfect student, he forced himself to live up to it. How you can apply this? Schedule public study sessions. Don't just study in your room. Spend 1 scheduled hour doing your homework at the kitchen table or in the school library where others can see you. This social pressure, even if it's subtle, creates accountability. Master your presentation. Light's work was always neat and perfectly organized. Treat your own notes and assignments with this same respect. The act of creating organized, well-presented work clarifies your own thinking and reinforces your identity as a serious, dedicated student. Pillar 2, the sanctity of the scheduled time is non-negotiable. The core of Light's discipline was not motivation, it was his schedule. He did not study when he felt like it. He studied when the clock told him to. His time was structured, sacred, and non-negotiable. This removed all the friction and decision fatigue that plagues the average student. Light treated his study time like a critical appointment with a world leader. It was not something that could be canceled because a friend called or a new video game was released. This is the difference between an amateur and a professional. How you can apply this? Create a default diary. Plan your entire week in advance. Block out your classes, your travel time, and your meals. Then, schedule specific non-negotiable blocks for deep work on your subjects. The first-minute rule, the hardest part is starting. When your scheduled study block begins, your only goal is to work for the first minute. Open the book, read 1 sentence, do 1 math problem. Once you overcome that initial inertia, continuing for the full hour becomes infinitely easier. Pillar 3, the active information core. Spar with your subjects. This is the most important pillar. Light Yagami never just read information. He engaged in a constant mental sparring match with it. He didn't just learn facts. He analyzed systems, questioned assumptions, and looked for weaknesses. His mind was not a sponge, it was a processor. The average student reads a chapter to remember it. Light read a chapter to understand it so deeply that he could take it apart and rebuild it from memory. How you can apply this? The question-first technique. Before you read a chapter, go to the end and read all the summary questions first. This primes your brain. Now when you read, you are actively hunting for the answers, not just passively absorbing words. Assume you have to teach it. As you learn a new concept, constantly ask yourself, how would I explain this simply to someone who has never seen it before? This forces you to move beyond simple memorization into the realm of true understanding. If you can't teach it, you don't really know it. The illusion of perfection, the sanctity of the schedule, the active information core. These are the habits that built the genius. The Death Note didn't make Light Yagami intelligent or disciplined. It was a tool that was powerful because it fell into the hands of someone who had already mastered these principles. He had already built the mindset of a god long before he had the power of one. These habits won't just improve your grades. They build the foundation for any kind of success. They forge the discipline and the strategic mind required to win, not just in school, but in the game of life.